That's the wrong screen. Hi, everybody. Hello. I'm here. I'm still alive. I promise. How's it going? It's a mess back there. But yeah, I did it. I'm still around. Just had a rough week, or more, a little more than a week. But yeah. I'm here. I am recovering, and I'll tell you all about it. But I'm glad that you guys are here too. I was trying to recover from something this past week, but what I was not trying to do is destroy my streaming career, my content creator career. I promise I'm not trying to do that. That would just that's just a byproduct of the human frailty that we all deal with. But as soon as more people are back, more people are in here, I'll get into it because I know I'm going to have questions about it. But yeah. What's up, Alice? Dave, how are you doing? Robert, welcome. Warrior Sailor, how are you? Welcome. JJ Blinks, do you work in telecommunications by chance? I used to. I did for like 5 years. It was primarily IT, then telecommunications for 5 years, and then I got into just full-time content creation. But yeah. What's up, Angry Beaver? How you doing? Welcome, Dark Dreams 01. How are you? Tony KC Fly PPG. Hello. How are you? Yeah, I'm glad you guys are showing up because I'm late. And not 30 minutes late, but like a week late. Haven't been able to stream for a little while there. But yeah, I went through some stuff, man. Here's your clue. Not sponsored. Good stuff. It's delicious. Your Beaver, sorry to hear you got COVID. That does suck. That sucks. Oh, cool. Saw your picture on Instagram. I work in that field. Okay, yeah. Now that was a while back. But same thing with Instagram. I haven't posted there in a while. But yep, I was a commercial ISP technician. So started residential. When you first get into it, you start where you start, and then moved up to doing pretty much just commercial stuff. Still help out residential stuff, of course, whenever the need was there. What's up, Observer of Thoughts? Welcome. Yeah, something like that. Robert. Not really. My teeth are fine. But I'm going to tell you something, and the cause of all of this, was actually this little guy right here. See, I keep these nearby, and very frequently I will floss. Apparently, a little too aggressively, it seems. Because I just a little cut, it was a little cut. I was like, ow, man. Okay, towards the back of the right side of the bottom, And then it started to get a little bit ouchy after a little while. I was like, ooh, okay, that's not good. Well, I got a full-on infection in my gums from cutting my gums flossing, and then it just got worse, and I couldn't close my teeth. Like, my gums swelled up. I could, like, the back of the jaw there went over my molars there. I couldn't close my teeth, and the infection spread to my throat, my ear, and it still hurts a little bit, but it's definitely I can mostly speak now. And I will have to. I mean, it's not perfect. I still like it's still kind of over my teeth a little bit, but it's enough for me to kind of speak. I have to speak a little differently. I have to say my S's a little differently because I can't always close my teeth. So, but this is the best I've got so far. So I'm gonna do my best. I might find that I can't continue streaming tonight, but I wanted to get back to it as soon as I could. What's up, Vin Val? How's it going? Now, that's a pretty easy explanation. Like, it's a pretty simple explanation, but the amount of pain that I was experiencing, probably the worst in my life. Like, I could not eat, I could not sleep, I could not speak. It defies description, the amount of pain that was. I've been through some stuff before. I mean, I've broken bones. I've experienced, I get migraines and stuff, which, by the way, we're not wanting to be left out of the party, because migraines get triggered, and this was just it apparently is the perfect trigger for a migraine. So those came along for the ride. But I have not been able to work. I have not been able to not work. I've not been able to exist. I somehow continued existing. But yeah. So if guys, just a little bit of advice: if you're gonna floss, be gentle with your gums. Don't cut your gums, get an infection, and then have the worst week you've ever had. Okay? Let's not do that. Yeah, that's the devil trying to take you out. Bob and weave. Yeah. I was gonna say that you are late, but a tech wizard is never late. Crash, did you not notice that I was gone for a week? Yeah, I got an infection in my gums from flossing too hard. I cut my gums, and then they swelled up, and I couldn't speak. Like, I couldn't close my teeth. I couldn't eat anything. I couldn't sleep. I was in excruciating pain, and then migraines as well from that. But went to here's a funny story. Okay. What's up, Sailor? How's it going? Welcome. Here's a funny story. So I called the dentist's office here, and I was like, look, I know that you don't like self-diagnosis. No doctor really does. They want you to come in. They just want to do the diagnosis themselves. But I was like, I've been around the block with this before. I've gotten something like this before. Something not this bad, but I've gotten something like this before. I have inflammation and infection in my gums. I need a special rinse, and I need antibiotics. And they were like, well, we're going to need you to come in. And I'm like, okay, sure. But that's what's going on. They're like, yeah, we're going to need you to come in. And they're like, we're going to need to do the exam. We got to see what's going on. The dude basically looked for 2 seconds. He's like, yeah, it looks like you have an infection. We're going to need to give you a special rinse and some antibiotics. And I was like, yeah, don't say. Yeah, I know, dude. That's exactly what I told you guys. But no, that's how it is with medical stuff. They don't like you to self-diagnose. They don't like WebMD very much. They're not big fans of that kind of thing. But yeah, I'm already feeling it start to like my jaw, because I haven't been speaking much. I haven't been doing much. My jaw is already like, what's going on? We're not ready for this yet, but no, we got to do some. We got to do some streaming, man. We got to do some of this. I have to make a living, and I got to help you guys. And there's all these kinds of things we got to do. Is this? Heard that Bray was at Dragon Con Thursday and Sunday. That's cool. Very cool. Igor, what's up, buddy? Welcome in. Coming in with 2 tier 1 subs. That's tier 1 sub for HT Juggernaut and 1 for T Greasy 87. Thank you for that, buddy. Appreciate it. Hey, everybody. Missed you, Bray. Glad to have you here, bud. Thank you for that. I do appreciate that. As a mechanic, I would hate when the customer would tell me what is wrong with the car. Haha. Well, I mean, with your body, you have certain indicators, especially if maybe you've had something similar happen before. It's a little different. We don't have nerve endings in a car. You know what I mean? But yeah, I could see that being a thing. What's up, Turdog? How's it going? So what have I missed? Okay. I got an infection in my gums from flossing too hard and cutting my gums. And then I couldn't, my gums swelled up. I couldn't close my mouth. Couldn't close my teeth, rather. I couldn't eat, sleep, any of that. Excruciating pain. Infection spread to my throat, my ear. And I'm on the mend. I'm not 100%, but I am on the mend. You should see these antibiotics, man. 500 milligram like horse pills are crazy. It's like, you do know I did mention a sore throat, right? Like, this is not easy to take, but it is what it is. Yeah, always take care of your teeth, people. See, that's the thing. I do take care of my teeth, but I took care of them too hard. So, yeah, take care of your teeth with care is what I would say. That's the thing is like, man, if I tell everybody I got, an oral infection, there's gonna be just like gingivitis. It's just, no, like, it's just, I actually cut myself in my mouth accidentally just from your teeth are a little tight sometimes. Whenever you go, you try to get in there and it's just like, floop, like, oh, whoa, okay. I keep the red pain reliever Oragel mouthwash always on hand. Yeah, see, I got that right there. It only goes so far though. Once the pain gets into your jaw and your throat and all that, it's like the Oragel's like, look, buddy, I'm doing the best I can. All right. I hope you feel better soon, bro. Thank you very much. I feel I had to go in for dental work earlier this year. Had one tooth come into my mouth sideways. Oh, that is awesome. That is awful. I was about to say awesome. That is awful. I bit the side of my mouth a couple weeks ago. I had a blood ball. Oof. Yeah. Could have been. No, medic. No. Boy, I bet you were a popular one. Yeah, you're talking about the antibiotic. No, it's not a suppository. Thank you. Quidditch Champions came out today. Cool. That's why I like the mouthwash. Hits better than the cream. Yeah, I just I guess I didn't look at the mouthwash. I just got that stuff. There's your exam fee. I had to pay $100 for a pink eye diagnosis when I clearly said it was pink eye. Yeah. If you had been using an antiseptic mouthwash, would that have helped prevent the infection? Well, yes, it could have, but the thing is, I did use that. Think about this, though, guys. Let's get gross about this, okay? What happens when you're flossing, right? You are inundating whatever thing is there with bacteria, all right? And when I cut myself, it got it like in there, and the mouthwash wasn't getting in there, I guess. It's great. That's why I needed an antibiotic to get into my bloodstream. Basically, it's like, take the germs and get them in there. It was really the worst case scenario there. I hope you enjoyed that. Eat broth and jello. You will thank me later. I've been doing so for a week. Thank you. Yes, I had to eat something. I gotta tell you, the moment I could have a real meal, I almost cried. Like, I couldn't eat solid food for a week. And was it yesterday or just the day before? I could finally start to close my teeth a little bit, and the pain was such where I was okay to eat some regular. And I almost cried, man. It was like, oh my god. And there are people who go longer than that without being able to eat a regular meal, and I'm just like, I cannot imagine that. Well, let's get gross about this. Oh yeah, what's up, Joel and True? How's it going? We sure did for a bit. Spent almost 2.5 hours in the dentist chairs. He had to remove both teeth. He had to do surgery to get the second tooth out. Yeah. I have regrets. I still have my wisdom teeth, and that's part of the complication here. So I need to get those out sometime in the next, I don't know, 6 months or so. I need to get that. Just need to get it done. Coggle, what's up? I did have a fun week. Just good times all around. What's up, Wu King? How's it going? But yeah, John, that's actually what I asked the dentist about. And he was like, oh no, you really packed the germs in there when you did that. I was like, good. That's good. Just get them out of reach, you know? Reminds me when I had my tonsils removed. Near a week of ice cream and soup helped there. Yep. Ice cream, Jello, stuff like that. You'd think you could enjoy something because those are treats. Maybe I would enjoy something like that. No, it was just like, they were like, look, you just need calories because you're going to be taking a lot of antibiotics. I'm like, oh, okay. Either way, glad you're doing better. Thank you, Turdog. Appreciate that. Well, I'm not feeling so bad about having it. It could be worse. I understand that. I remember my wisdom teeth being removed. One was triple the price due to it was rotated 90 degrees. Wisdom teeth are special things. They just kind of do whatever. An ill-named tooth, if I ever heard one. Breakfast food is my go-to after a couple days of tooth removal. Easy to shove pancakes and eggs into one side. That's visceral. Yeah. I'm a 4 wisdom tooth story. I have all 4 of my wisdom teeth, and I need to get them all out. Scrambled eggs and pancakes to the wind. That does sound nice. The uncouth tooth. That's a good one. Okay. Man. As you can imagine, my sleep has been just all over the place whenever I could get a wink. But it's been ibuprofen and Oragel and special mouthwash, things like that. Also, of course, saltwater soak. You get some warm salt water, you soak for about 3 minutes. Don't swallow it, you just spit it out. That is one of the most helpful things. It does wonders. It really, really does. Yeah, my problem, Igor, there's a lot of savory, like savory soft foods that I just don't like. But I did what I had to do. Ghost on the guitar, welcome. How are you doing? So let's I don't know how much time I have with you guys tonight. Let's get right into this. For those of you who want some help, I'm gonna do my best. And hopefully I'm better on Thursday because, guys, I was supposed to unbox a PC like a week ago, and then things happened. That thing has been sitting there. iBuyPower's like, hi, what's going on with the thing? That whole computer we sent you. And I'm like, I actually need to message them. Give them an update. But yeah, we have a Ryzen 9000 PC just sitting there that I was supposed to unbox already. I missed the launch date, so it's not as time critical, but I'd like to get it done. It's just being able to talk, guys. Let me tell you something. I could lose different faculties, things like that. When I lose my ability to speak, it's one of the more devastating things to me because it's one of those things where I feel like this is what I've got. I can talk a lot. That's my talent. So losing that is scary. But we're here, and we're going to be doing some computer stuff, talking about PC stuff. Let's do that. As you can imagine, this has delayed pre-built rebuild, but hey, what else is new, right? But this time it's a lot more nerve-wracking because I have there are now companies waiting for it, sponsors lined up, and then my body failed me, and I'm like, that's good, that's great. Unbox my PC. Do I have your PC? Finally ordered 5700 X3Ds coming tomorrow. Very cool. I'm just moving that. There we go. It's much of an upgrade coming your way. Amazing CPU upgrading from 5600X to that. You're gonna love it. Very cool. Yeah, 7600 X3D was exciting until they went the 5600 X3D route with it. Thanks, AMD. Money, baby. Money. Charades edition. That would work out with technical speak for sure. Gonna get you a speak and spell for the next time you have trouble talking. You get I buy power. How do you configurator? Yeah. AM5's out of my fair. Wu King 93. Is this the same Wu King as in YouTube chat that I just said hi to a bit ago? Ordered a custom PC from Power GPU and I'm excited to pick it up when it's done. Very cool. Power GPU makes great PCs. Did you use code Brayathorn? That gets you $50 off. Braithorn, it was a joke. It's okay. Jokes are good. I like jokes. You're not going to hear necessarily my normal sense of humor, and I apologize. I can only be dry and sound like I'm dead inside. Sorry. I'm still adjusting 34-inch ultra wide. It's not as tall as my old monitor. Yep, it gets stretched out. That's going to be. That's why they call them ultra wides, not ultra talls. I'm trying. I'm really trying. I mean, that would be tough to be able to make so many 7600 X3Ds for like a Best Buy or something. I don't know. I mean, I'm excited about the product in a way, but like, if it's tough to provide enough for retail, should it be a thing? I don't like limiting people, keeping people from being able to buy something and making it something where you can only go to a store that's in not every state in the US and stuff like that. It kind of sucks. Plus, if it's on, well, I don't know. It does keep it in the US, I guess, but for people outside the US, that sucks. Yeah, I switched to Twitch chat. That's cool. That's fine. If you either you launch it for all or you don't launch it at all, there you go, I guess. But I mean, it worked for the 7600 X3D, so whatever, I guess. I mean, the 7800 X3D has been discounted pretty heavily now most of the time lately, so most people could just get that. But for people on a budget just looking at a game, the 7600 X3D looks amazing. Just, I don't know. Only 27 locations in the US, indeed. Oh, it's only in combo deals? Well, at least their combo deals are really good. It's just, what if someone wants to upgrade from like a 7600? Well, that's the thing, is like, is it going to be a massive upgrade? I want to see some side-by-side testing. I haven't really looked at any of that yet. If you ever want to feel some pain, I don't. My Novocaine wore off during my tooth extraction. Doc said it was too late to give more. Oh, wow. That is the worst. I'm alright, just regretting dinner choices, sadly. Feel you. Salut de Quebec. BRP, welcome. Good to see you live, Bray. Thank you, Binary Theory. Hope you're doing well. To protect my teeth, I gave up so many foods: popcorn, pork skins, all nuts except boiled peanuts. Peanut brittle, insert hard, crunchy food here. So it's always funny whenever I get two x-rays. I have slightly weird teeth, but in kind of a good way. I mean, they don't look great. I have the two large front teeth that always bother me. I'm very insecure about that. But it doesn't look too bad, you know. It could be worse. But they always tell me, like, whenever dentists look at my, because I've never had a cavity in my life, not one cavity in my entire life, and they'll tell me, yeah, your enamel is like concrete, and your roots go for there. You have enlarged roots. I'm like, good, I guess. That's good, right? They're like, yeah, seems to be working for you. So my teeth are okay, but it's gonna make getting those wisdom teeth out a real ordeal. Very likely. I think they're opening another one in Cali. Okay. So it was 28. Now that Miami should be open. Miami is open. Okay, you got it, Alucard. Thanks for coming in. Yeah, Northern Cali to get the Northwest people. Yeah, they need to open one in Seattle. I do agree with that. It's crazy that they don't have one there. That is one of the tech meccas in the country. They need to have a micro center there, and I don't know why they don't. Maybe it's a real estate thing. Maybe it's costs. I don't know. Banshee boys, how's it going? Joel and True, as long as your roots don't have any odd curves, you should be fine. Good. Did you see some Walmarts are selling PC building parts now? Pretty wild. They've been doing that for a while. They used to sell computers. They didn't review well. LG nerd. Oh, let's go, nerds. What's up, Brayathorn? I see a mini. Been a minute. I can't read right now. Been a minute, brother. Good to see you streaming. Thank you. I am happy to be back streaming. I might have done it too soon, but we'll see how long I can go tonight. Jaw's hurting a little bit, but not anything close to what it was. So guys, get your form submitted. Let's get this going. The form link is in the description for YouTube, and it just posted again in Twitch chat. Click that link, fill out the form, get it in there, and we can get started. And here I was wanting to, like, oh yeah, now we have some people who have submitted their forms. That's for sure. We have six people since the last stream. Excuse me. So I do want to discuss one thing to you, the stream viewers. Which, how many people we have here right now? 40 in YouTube, 19 in Twitch. Okay. Yeah, I've noticed one thing. Whenever I miss streaming, Twitch is always affected more than YouTube. Go figure. But yeah, so I was excited because I was talking about this a few streams ago. My birthday's coming up, and I'm thinking about doing something like a subathon or something, which I've never done before. There's gonna be a lot of caffeine involved, very likely. But now I'm just trying to stream like normal. Yeah, my birthday is coming up next week. So we'll do something. Stay tuned. What day is it on? On Wednesday. Well, we'll do something on Thursday or Tuesday. Probably Thursday. Yeah, Ruchu, it's probably a financial thing. Good. Now, one of the blower motor on my AC unit stopped working over the weekend. Had to wait until today to get the motor. $500. Ooh, that is rough. Ghost in the Guitar says, once I got the money, I'm going all out on a PC. No bars hold. Is that a play on no holds barred because of the no bars hold, because of the implication of music in your username? Vinval says, I just bought a pre-built with a 4070 Ti Super and a Ryzen 7800X 3D. Very exciting. Why did you submit a form? You did so yesterday, it looks like. Couldn't wait, huh? Hope you got a good one. The spec, I mean, you only told me the GPU and CPU, so I don't know if it's good or not, but I mean, that's a good combo. You sold the game, said you were the one who to convince me to buy pre-built back in 2022. Now I'm saving up to make my own. Very cool. And that's what I keep telling you guys. Pre-builts are the gateway to DIY if you want to go that route. The best gateway to it. What's up, Northern Lights? How's it going? Welcome. So if you have not yet submitted a form, get that in there. We have two that have been submitted today during the stream, I imagine. So let's get those going. So I do have news for you guys. Guess what that is? That is the Threadripper PC. It's alive. I mean, I had to do something. If I couldn't stream, if I could, like, when I was finally able to start doing stuff, I have videos to get out, yeah. But I was like, I needed a W. I needed a win of some kind. So I started testing things on that one. It was just stuck in a post error of some kind. But I finally got it working. So apparently, it was when I removed the USB. It might have been one of the USB 3.0 front panel connectors, because there's two of them on the case. There's two of them on the motherboard. I had them both connected. One of them might not have been seated the whole way in, something like that. But that wouldn't cause a post error. It would just cause it to boot loop or something. It would boot loop. Yeah, you have a connector that's loose. That's what happens. I don't know. I don't know what I did. I did something and it worked. That's all I can say. But yeah, finally resurrected this old Threadripper 2000 series 2920X. 12 cores, 24 threads. That's not a lot of threads to rip, relatively speaking, to other Threadrippers. But those 64 lanes of PCIe Gen 3, damn. I cannot wait to make that my main streaming PC. It's going to be good. I mean, you don't need more than 12 cores, 24 threads for streaming and for video capture. But all those lanes of PCIe Gen 3, guys, for capture cards, for additional USB PCIe cards, all that stuff. I have the 10 gig Ethernet card in there. All that stuff. It's going to be great for that kind of machine. And it could be the hack. It could be the trick for anyone wanting to do a DIY streaming monster. You can get yourself a 2920X for like $100 on eBay. You can get yourself that 12 core 24 thread Threadripper CPU for like $100 on eBay. I've seen it before. So that could be the ticket to an amazing streaming machine without breaking the bank. Other units begging for help. Down south heat is draining. Yep. Oh, that was amazing. Last night or yesterday, our power was out just on our block. Everybody else was fine. Some tree trimming service dropped a tree on the ground unit because it's a burial area, so it's not. We don't have lines. We don't have poles. It's an underground utility and telecommunications area. But apparently they knocked out some equipment and we were down for 5 hours yesterday. I was like, this is great. This is exactly what I wanted to go on top of my excruciating pain that I'm just now getting better from. But how much are the Mobo? It could be $150 or so. Depends. Anything X399 should do it. Vinval, it was a couple days ago. Yeah, you submitted the form on the 2nd. So that was yesterday. It's right here. Like I have the stuff right here. That's why I love data, because I just have it right there. But yeah, well, that's wispy. Vinval, you were on the 23rd of August. I'm dumb. I was mixing them up. Data doesn't help if you can't read it. My bad. Sorry about that. You're right though. That was a while back. I'm not 100%, guys. I apologize for that. But oh well. Yep. You're correct. Back in 2022, when GPU shortages, pre-built were cheaper than DIY. They were. That's what got me on this track of making this content. How's it going? Have you played Star Wars Outlaws yet? Nope, I have not. I've been thinking, guys, because I've been saying for like weeks when doing the Sunday gaming streams, like, don't worry, guys, on the next one we'll do something other than Super Metroid map randos. I'm addicted, okay? It's what's fun for me. Like, I have a lot of fun with that. But I think I finally figured out what I want to do that is not a Super Metroid map rando, and I think I want to play some Baldur's Gate 3. I've never finished the game. I played a little bit of it. I loved it. I loved every second of it, and then I got back to work. Like, I don't have a lot of time for gaming. So I have lately, thankfully. I mean, that's been I took a little bit of a reprieve, and I needed to do something to get my mind off of things. But yeah, I think I'm going to pick up Baldur's Gate again, and we'll be playing that on for a few Sunday streams. And I'm looking forward to that, because that will be fun. Elden Ring. Crash, you can keep telling me that. I'm not into Souls-likes. I've said it before. I'll say it again. I'm not good at them. Maybe someday I'll play that. And there's a reason. One reason. If anyone's going to convince me to play Elden Ring, it would be Brandon Sanderson. But one of my favorite authors of all time loves Elden Ring. So I'm like, I listened to some of the things that he said about it, and I'm like, okay, like, I get it. It makes sense. It does seem really cool. It's just, you know, I watched some of his stuff. He does content and stuff too, which is great. What a time to be alive, where your favorite authors, if they're gonna take forever to write books, at least they can make videos. He's very prolific though. Like, he writes a lot, to be clear, but fans always want more. That's how we are. Okay. All right. So sound off if you're in chat and you're waiting for help. Type out my name exactly as you see it here, or just type @Brayathorn. I'm on the list. Please spell the name correctly, or else it won't highlight your message for me. And we can get into it, and I can help you out. Even if you submitted your form a month ago, you're still on there, and we can just update the info and go from there. Okay, Unwanted RR is there. And as I said, I'm going to do my best. I'm not at my best right now, but I'm going to do my best to try and help you guys out for as long as I can tonight. But yeah, if there are those of you out there who've been waiting for something like a subathon to show some support, do things like that, because it is September. And gifting subscriptions and subscribing on Twitch is cheaper right now. I am looking at doing a subathon next week, probably on Thursday. Okay? Next Thursday. Not after tomorrow, but a week from then. And that's going to be for my birthday. So if you guys want to come and celebrate, hang out, I would definitely appreciate it. Okay. So far, only Unwanted RR. I know Binary Theory was here. Binary, where you at? You're right there. You're on the list. I see it. I see it. Okay. Anybody else? Vinval, you already bought your PC, so that's good. I'm happy that hopefully my content, even if I wasn't streaming at the time, hopefully my content was helpful enough to help you feel confident enough to make a good decision. And hopefully I was able to provide you with one of the many coupon codes that we have for many different SIs. Which SI did you end up buying from? Hi, glad you're back. Hope you're feeling much better. Thank you, Araxness. Appreciate that. I am a lot better than I was just a couple days ago. Yeah. I'm not 100% yet though, but I am better. Released to hate Elden Ring, and I used to think that it was one of the worst games ever. Now I struggle to put it down. That's great. That is awesome. Okay, I guess we'll get started with Unwanted RR. RR. I guess we'll call you that. Let's take a look at what we got here. So you are looking to buy it within a month. Looking to receive it within a month. Gaming, streaming, coding, and game design. Okay. And you don't care about upgrading your CPU down the line? I think it's safe to say at this point that as long as you have the latest microcode, Intel's okay. If you're not concerned about upgrading your CPU down the line. There you go. Looking to go ultra wide on the monitor. PC in black. And you're looking to go pre-built, $2,000. Okay. Okay, so if you're going ultra wide, that's going to be somewhere between the performance requirements of 1440p and 4K. So pretty demanding for gaming. Yo, Igor, thank you for gifting a sub to RR. Appreciate that. Too scared to try and upgrade? Well, upgrading is always an option. How old is your current PC? Intel might be out of business in a month. The way their stock is going, they have real issues. They do have real issues, Medic, but they're never going to... Like, I can't say never, but the likelihood of them going under is very low. Things like the CHIPS Act, okay? They actually are now government-backed. They're not going to go under. There's going to be government subsidies, things like that. That's going to help them out. They'll get bailed out. Intel's not going under. Intel, the U.S. government is not going to let Intel go under because that is our homegrown source for silicon, and we don't want that to just all be TSMC. They don't want that, and we don't want that. It's bad for the industry. It's bad for the economy, all that. They want them to survive. So Intel is not going anywhere. What's up, Broga? How's it going? Built my first PC last weekend. Let's go. It's awesome. You need to post that up in the Rigs channel or the DIY channel, either one, in the Discord so we can see it, so everybody can see it. And I promise I'll go through those in the video at some point. It's funny because I keep ideas like that for whenever it's like, well, now I don't have any video ideas. What do I do? But there's two aspects to that thought. Right now, I'm behind on posting videos. I don't think I posted a video in like 2 weeks in general. And secondly, I have a lot of video ideas that I need to get out and currently waiting video projects that are ready to be published almost, that need my polish on them, and then they can go up. Like the Pixio monitor review, that one's been ready. It's just I need to record a quick blurb about the OSD because I forgot to include that in the overall video. It's not a huge deal because the OSD, there's nothing special about it. It's just whatever. The on-screen display for adjusting your monitor. That's what that is. We have a System Integrators Weekly episode that's been late because I recorded it about a week and a half ago, or longer. But because Cuddles was traveling and then he got back, it took him a while to edit it, and then it's stuff happened to me where once it was ready for my part of it, my health declined very rapidly. So, but yeah. And then there's a pre-built rebuild, which it needs to be done. It needs to be like, that's supposed to be happening this month. Bray, I want you to play Elden Ring. Just do what I do and copy builds on the internet. That builds thing is probably something I would enjoy. That's probably one of the aspects of the game I would enjoy messing with. Right now it's like 4 years old, bought at the start of the pandemic. I see, okay. Well, if you want, I can go in and do it as we can look at it as an upgrade to what you currently have. I would then need a list of all the current specs. But otherwise, we can look at just doing a clean slate thing here. Now, if you're gaming, streaming, and doing coding, and game design, right? With that combo, we could totally go 7000 series Radeon on the GPU, AMD Radeon on the GPU. The current version of OBS has a really, really good experience you can have now with AMD Radeon GPUs, which is awesome because we've been waiting for that. And you can get more for your money that way. So, but the thing is, we have to figure out how we're going to approach the CPU. Toaster, what's up, buddy? How's it going? Toast with the most. How are you doing? Thank you for the tier 1 sub. 36 months. Ridiculous. Thank you, my friend. Specifically, I want to play Baldur's Gate 3. Is that what you're saying, John? Awesome. What's up, Devin the Ninja? How are you? Welcome. Never bought a PC, even though I followed your channel. Opted for a gaming laptop that I can slightly upgrade. Love the channel. Hey, if that's what's best for you, that's what's best for you. As long as it is upgradable. Sailor X is play World of Warships. That way you can also troll Jay's 2 cents. You think I could successfully troll someone who's been playing that game for like, I don't know, how long has the game been out? He likes boats. Unreal, isn't it? Hope you're well. Yeah, I'm recovering. But that's good. Recovering is good. I also, on top of everything else, by the way, just August was not a good month. There's a nationwide shortage on my medication that I've been taking for years for my chronic fatigue syndrome, and I can't get it. So it's going to be a long month this month. Maybe they'll have them after that. I don't know. Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is really something special. If you just look at like all the games that were released in the last year and a half, there's a lot of good games. There's a lot of really good games. But that one is like a shining jewel. It is crazy good. And very different from anything else out there. It is so good. I can't believe it took me so long to realize I should play it on stream. But so let's see what we can do. If you're wanting to stream, see, if you were just doing gaming and streaming, we could do a 7800X3D and call it a day. However, coding/game design, you might benefit from 9000 series Ryzen. And apparently all Ryzen CPUs benefit from the latest Windows update. So be sure to keep your Windows updated, guys. If you're on an AMD CPU, you will, I don't know if you'll perceive it, but you will get an upgrade to your performance. Bless you, brother. Best of luck your way. Thank you very much, Toast. I appreciate that. And I'm always happy to see you. Oh, you sold the game. I'm buying a 4090 Asus RG Strix White OC with a 14900 KS. You sold the game. What's your reason for going with a 14900 KS? I wouldn't go with that CPU. Yeah, I wouldn't go with that one. Without knowing what you're using it for, I don't know. Well, unless you're upgrading what you currently have. If you're upgrading what you currently have, my bad. If you already have Intel, sure. But maybe skip the KS and just get the K. Deathly Nightshade, thank you for the Prime sub. Appreciate that. Welcome back to the swarm there, buddy. On a 3-month streak. Oh boy, you hit 3 months. That means you have the full Triforce, power, wisdom, and courage to you, my friend. Igor says under the optional update tab right now until the next big release. Oh, okay. So you have to go for an optional Windows update. I would do it. I guess. Unless there's something I don't know. Michael Perrin says just stopping by to say hi and drop a like. Love the content, help you provide. Still working on my PC. Got set back with the emergency trip and BF getting married. Still excited. Oh, best friend getting married. Still excited to finish. Very cool. But hope all is well. And thank you for enjoying the content. Appreciate that. I'll play Baldur's Gate 3 if you play Elden Ring. Why wait on me? Just go play Baldur's Gate 3. It's amazing, especially if you're interested in D&D in any capacity. If you're not interested in D&D, you probably don't. I don't know if you would enjoy Baldur's Gate 3. It is a different gameplay style. I don't think two games could get more different in the gameplay style than Baldur's Gate 3 and Elden Ring. Okay, Xenakiss on the list here. I see you up here. Okay. So that means after this one, you will be next, okay? Let's continue with this. With the coding and game design thing, why don't you expand upon that, RR, for me? Expand upon the whole coding and game design thing. Tell me what you're going to be doing. What engine are you going to be doing? If you're going to be doing game design, or if you're just coding, what kind of coding are you doing? Please let me know. That might give me a clue as how to proceed. Played D&D since 1977. Wow, that's earlier than me. Late 90s for me. It's not hard to play D&D earlier than me. Gotta be older than me. I miss playing D&D a lot. I don't do game design, but I'm a web developer. I do the front and back end for systems, usually Python APIs and JavaScript front end with like WebStorm as my IDE and VS Code. You might be able to just rock a 7800X 3D then. You might be okay with that. Yeah. Okay. I am interested in D&D. I got a handmade set of dice on my desk now for decoration. Very cool. And the Hellfire set of dice. Very cool. My dice have pizza slices in them. That's amazing. Barutu misses chicken wings. What happened to are they having a shortage where you're at? Yeah, I don't do anything crazy intensive. All right, cool. Gaming, streaming, and some slinging some code. Then we can do a 7800X 3D. But we do want you to have a good amount of IO. So maybe. Let me see. Let's click this one here, see if it brings me to the right thing. Yeah, that'll do. Wait, no, I want to do it this way. Why did I do it that way? Yeah, no, this is right. Okay. What do I have in this one? Uh, 7900X. What was that about? I don't remember that one. What is happening right now? They don't have the 7800X 3D listed here. All right. Am I going out of my mind here? iBuyPower, what's going on? Did they sell out of 7800X 3Ds? They might have. Okay, I guess we can't go that route. Okay. Well, here's what happens. We get you a pre-configured SkyTech system, and then you put in a USB add-in card, a PCIe add-in card if you need more USB for more streaming devices, things like that. Not a problem. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there we go. What do we got here? This has got this is a hell of a system right here. Okay, 7800X 3D processor, 4070 Ti Super, 32 gigs DDR5 5600, 32 gigs should be fine for you. 850 watt gold ATX 3.0, 2 terabyte PCIe Gen 4 M.2 drive. Yep, there you go. And it's on sale right now. Plus, you get an additional discount. Why is this starting at? What are you talking about? Oh, the warranties. So you choose the 1-year standard, or you can get the 2-year or 3-year warranties. Okay. This is they changed this. This is nice. But check this out. If you go with the 1-year warranty, what is your actual max budget, by the way? Because you chose the $2,000 option. It's separated by increments of $500. So, what's the actual max budget? Yo, what's up, Ginger Meat Timbers? How's it going, bud? Yeah, there's definitely a 7800X 3D shortage too. Man. I don't really like D&D, but I got 200 hours in Baldur's Gate 3. Wow. I guess I was a little off on that. And I guess that could make sense because D&D you need to be able to sit at a table, have some sheets of paper and some dice, and have a good time. And that requires a lot to happen. You know, putting the group together, you have to have that sort of disposition to want to do that. All that stuff. But, and you might not. But the game puts it all together for you. Forgot my own coupon code for a second. How dare I? Yeah, it brings it down to 1959. Well, there it is. 1959 and 39 cents if you use code SWARM. There it is. All done. I might not be I'm not going to rush through any of these, but I'm probably not going to get too finicky with the details unless there's a really specific need. GG's. Same group since 1980. That's awesome. Sky Tech or Bud Redux? Simon Orozco, what is Bud Redux? Is that like a knockoff of Build Redux, but it's like a dispensary instead? I don't understand. Virtue, what's up? Hey, Bray, my PC CPU light keeps lighting red and crashing. I swapped every part except Mobo and CPU. Hopefully, it's the CPU. Virtue, I wish I could help you with some troubleshooting, but I generally don't do troubleshooting here. You should take this to the forum, the Tech Questions forum, and see if there's a techie who can walk through some stuff with you. Those lights are usually pretty accurate. If you haven't swapped the CPU yet, which obviously that's not easy to do, you might not just have CPUs lying around. But yeah, if it says CPU, it will generally narrow it down for you. So that might be it. It's okay, Simon. I'm just messing with you. It's Skytech over Build Redux. And I tell you guys this, and I repeat myself here. I don't just choose ones that have coupon codes. I don't choose them for that reason, but rather, let's put it this way: I have coupon codes with certain companies and not others for a reason. Now, Build Redux just doesn't do them, as far as I understand. But also, I reviewed one of their PCs recently, and I didn't like it. I didn't like the case. I don't like the fact that they have only DDR5 that apparently was from when DDR5 first launched. They only sell PCIe Gen 3 M.2 drives. You do not have an option to get something faster if you get anything under 4 terabytes. So, brother-in-law that I went to DragonCon with is a DM. Bless DMs. DMs are special people. They are awesome. I have never been that type of person. I've only run like 2 games before. I think OEMs are ordering more 7800X3D now that Intel is having problems. Well, I mean, that's been going on for a while, though. Let me get this link to you here. But yeah, and the coupon code as well. Now, I don't know what kind of motherboard comes with this. I don't know how much I/O it has on the back for streaming. But if you find that it's not enough to connect all your devices, just get a PCIe add-in card to add more USB ports to it. I know it shows an MATX motherboard here, but that picture doesn't always show exactly what the product's going to be like. And one of the downsides to Skytech's upgrade here was that they forgot to add the text here that says that this is supposed to show you what the product might look like. It's not going to be necessarily representative of this list right here. But this gets a full-on B650 full ATX motherboard. There you go, and that has the code as well to get it under 2K. Shipping is also free, so that's nice. Not every SI can do that. And that is understandable, but it does help. Okay. Unwanted RR, that is yours taken care of. I really do like I do like this system. I like the Blaze 4. The case they use, the Cougar Duo Face mesh is nice. Cougar Airface Pro, excuse me. I think it's got a good look to it. But yeah, you're all set. With iBuyPower not having any 7800X 3Ds and that kind of being my favorite CPU to recommend right now, this is going to be rough for iBuyPower. They need to get more of those. But I mean, so does everybody else apparently. Okay, Binary Theory, sorry, we did have someone come in from earlier. That was Xena Kiss there. And it's going to be your turn then. Xena, when you are ready. Seems like everyone's favorite right now. Great value. Yeah, absolutely. Price to performance is incredible. No microcode shenanigans. And until X3D for 9000 series comes out, it's going to remain the gaming champ for the price. So, yeah, it's still the top dog pretty much. Ready. We are ready. Awesome. Okay, let's take a look at what we're doing here. I think I'm like exacerbating the like I'm making it worse again by talking so much, but I'll keep going as long as I can. So you do live near a micro center, but you don't want to get your PC there. Gaming and 3D design. Can you expand upon that, please? Tell me a little bit more about the gaming and 3D design thing. You are looking for Alexander PC. Okay. So you specifically listed that. And you do want to be able to upgrade your CPU over time. Jack Cesario. Do a build with the 7900 XTX, $2,500 budget. No. Read the description of the stream. If you want help, you need to ask for it, not demand it. That is rude. I'm doing a build for someone else who submitted the information properly and waited for their turn. Okay? Like adults do, like grown-ups do. So please do that. Don't just go into someone's stream and tell them, hey, do this thing. No, don't do that. Do better. How about that? Blender might not do 70% rendering, might do 70% rendering, 30% gaming. Interesting. That is, thank you for specifying that, because let's take a look at something here. What is going to be my source for this? Let's see. Ah, man, no one's updated this since the Windows update, so it's gonna be hard to really tell. Let's see if it's in here. Oh, that's CPU rendering. You wouldn't be doing CPU rendering, but and these are all like in this price category. So it doesn't include, okay. Okay, Blender benchmark here. AMD is at the top here with the 7950X and the 9950X. With the shortest time to render. Now, amongst... Well, let me see. 9700X is down here. 7700X is about the same performance, and they all benefit from the Windows update. So, depending on the price difference, 7950X might be the better option. 2300 is budget? Okay. Celtic Reaper, thank you very much. Appreciate that. Sorry, I didn't realize. Just clicked once. I saw you were live. Missed you. Okay, well, welcome back. You go ahead and do the form. I mean, welcome back to me, I guess, honestly. I don't know. With my comment, that's a 7900X CX GPU and 7800X 3D CPU, says Celtic Reaper. Okay, Anton, what's going on? How's it going, buddy? Always evaluating the ratio of viewers to likes. I appreciate that. Put my build together watching your channel and Jay's 2 cents. Well, that's awesome. That's very cool. That is auspicious company for me to be in with Jay there. Just got a Labor Day sale PC with a... okay. Rain Morgan, I don't know if that's a good deal for you or not. I don't know what your needs are. You didn't fill out one of these forms. Please do so if that's what you're looking for. But coming in to ask whether you made a mistake or not is not nearly as helpful as getting help before you make a purchase. What's the move here? 2,300 bucks. I mean, I guess I could check here. Oh, you mentioned Alexander PC specifically, so I should try to start there. But with a boutique builder, if you're trying to come in and build a workstation type PC, and you go with a boutique builder, it can be good. It can, but you are going to be sacrificing some of the performance in order to get the boutique experience, the extra warranty, and for some, that's a good trade-off. Okay, Jack, you're good. No problem. I'm usually more patient with stuff like that, but I'm not 100% right now, pain-wise, so it's, yeah, that is what it is. Just tuned in. Thought it was decent. Just looking for a second opinion. Okay, well. Let me continue on with this build here. I mean, we'll see what we can. I don't know that we'll be best off in this situation with Alexander PCs in terms of price or performance, but that's the difference that's the thing with going with a boutique builder, is you do sacrifice price to performance in order to do that. But their reputation really speaks for itself. I want to see these guys get secret shopped by Gamers Nexus. I think that would be a great video. Like, forget my input. Forget the input of everybody in the Discord. Actually, don't forget that. I want to see how that goes, because going by the responses, the experiences everyone's had, it would go pretty well. Oh, TJ, why is it only X3D, dude? Explain it to me. Tell me why. It's not even on this list. Is it? I don't think so. The 7800X3D is. Where's the 7950X3D? It's not on here. It does well. It does do well in this, but all right. Either way. Yeah, these are all X3D. Okay. Man, I get it. I do get it. I understand. But I don't like it. The 7950X is still a very viable option, especially because it performs so well. When someone comes to me and they say, I want to do Blender specifically, that's what I think of as the 7950X. Yes, the 9950X will beat it. That's not available here yet on Alexander PCs. They're going to be getting theirs sometime this month. And for me, the caveat of core parking for no reason, for literally no reason, AMD. Anyway, the core parking on the non-X3D 9950X isn't an issue if you're not streaming. Araxinus, it's because most people weren't buying it once the 7950X came out. The 7950X 3D came out, I mean. But when you get that, if you're doing any streaming and you turn on a game during your stream, you are turning off half of your CPU pretty much. And you lose that benefit of 16 cores, 32 threads, right? It cuts that in half. Not my favorite because of that. But we could continue with this instead. Not sure how much RAM capacity factors into Blender usage. What else do I have in here? This is someone else's build that I'm adjusting here. 4070 Ti Super. I'd probably drop that down to a 4070 Super. But hold on a second. It's only $140 difference between the 4070 Super and 4070 Ti Super. What's the performance difference? At what, 1440p? Yeah. It's a pretty big jump for 140 bucks. Oh, also we can go with a cheaper case too. That case is a little bit more expensive, but not a lot more. One of the main reasons I like using this configurator is that my code gets one of the biggest discounts of any of my coupon codes, which is 5% off. And that gives me leeway to get more price to performance for you. That is really not much of a price difference between those cards. Another thing, though, is that it does require more power. So beef your power supply, all that. What do we have in here right now? I love this motherboard. The X670E Gaming Plus Wi-Fi from MSI is ridiculously good for the price. 750 watts. That can't be right. Yeah, I guess it was. Two terabyte Western Digital Blue SN580 PCIe Gen 4. All right. It's not the best drive in the industry or anything, but that deal is really good. And this 2406 will drop in price, and shipping will be free. So the only thing I'm wondering here is if it would benefit you greatly to go with 64 gigs of RAM over 32, even if it's at a lower frequency. Because I don't like this price. $180 to go from 32 gigs of RAM to 64 gigs of RAM when a 64 gig kit by itself is around that price. It doesn't make sense. Because you're losing out on a 32 gig kit of DDR5 6000. So you have to add the value of that to this price, and that's what you're actually paying. But yeah, we got this. We got a 360 millimeter AIO. We have a great motherboard in there. We have a 7950X processor. So that is, as I was showing earlier, the second highest performing CPU on the market. The 9950X is higher. So, I mean, hell, let's see what it is with the 9950X. To just have the, yeah, it's $76 more. And then you get core parking. But it is faster at Blender by nearly an entire second on that. Not second. What is it? Is this rendered in seconds? How is it? In minutes. It's almost an entire minute faster at rendering the GN logo. Core parking is annoying. I hate it. Rogue, I don't know if you guys ever noticed this, but I have a scar right there. Right there. Is losing those other cores because of BIOS? It's the way that the architecture is supposed to. How it's supposed to work. It's how the AGESA handles things. It's AMD. It's because of AMD. It's called core parking. It's meant to be for the X3D chips that are more than 8 cores. So like the 7900 X3D and the 7950 X3D, what it would do is if you turned on a game, it would only run the CCD that has 3D V-cache. So that game stuff doesn't get sent to the cores that don't have 3D V-cache. It doesn't matter on this CPU. There's no 3D V-cache, but they did it anyway. I have my guesses as to the reasons for that, but they're just guesses. My renders won't be anything complex like Pixar levels, but I want to render faster when using cycles. So mine is, lol, I fell into a barn. I was attacked by a dog when I was 7. That's why I have that. Oh, did I tell you guys I'm probably going to TwitchCon? I'm probably going to TwitchCon if any of you guys are going and you want to say hi. Let's see what this comes out to with the 9950X. Why not? It's going to be the top contender for a Blender system right now for, consumer desktop. Let's see what this comes out to. Yes, the GPU shipped uninstalled. We know. Well, you might not know that. But iBuyPower will ship it with the GPU out of the system, and then you install it yourself. So, with the 7950X, it will come in at under $2,300. With the 9950X, the most recent CPU that they just launched, it would be $2,357.90. Shipping would be free though. This is just before taxes. So if we go back and edit this, I'll show you. If we update the processor, edit that to the 7950X. And then update that. Yes, okay, it's uninstalled. GPU's uninstalled. And anyone wanting help on getting that GPU installed, check my December video where I showed you how to set up your new PC. And I have a segment just on how to do that in there. There you go, 22.85 and 70 cents. So you get to choose whether you want to go with the 7950X or the 9950X. It rendered the GPU logo in a minute less than the 7950X. So if you want to like hyper optimize that, you can do that. It is the latest and greatest from AMD right now. What's up, Dodger Dog? How's it going? Did you say if we want to say hi? I say hi. Yeah. Say hi. It's going to be in San Diego, not Vegas. Thankfully. I hate Vegas. No offense to people who live in Vegas. I just don't understand you as a person. But that's okay. Should this person go with the free MSI 4070 Ti Super upgrade? Sure, I guess so, if they want to. There's also, well, it's an upgrade. No, that's the wrong card. It's over here. It's down here. MSI Ventus 3X Black OC. I guess so. I mean, this is going to be any card, but if you particularly want this one, it is a free upgrade. Sure. You coming to see me at TwitchCon? Lol. I'm going to TwitchCon because I actually have to head to SoCal for something else, and I wanted to go to TwitchCon in general. I like going there, but that's why I'm going. Is just to go. I like going because it's the downside to TwitchCon is like for every other event when I go to PAX. Oh, which I missed both of them the ones I would normally go to. I missed both of them this year, which makes me sad. I missed PAX just this weekend. I would not have had a good time had I had the jaw issues that I had, but whatever. When I go to PAX or when I go to, what is it? DreamHack or something like that, you can apply to be media there if you're a YouTuber, and then you get in free and you have better access and things like that. At TwitchCon, it's like, hey, hi, I'm a content creator. They're like, cool, so is everybody here. You can go ahead and buy your ticket now. I'm like, oh, okay. I live in Vegas, but I don't like Vegas, and I am from San Diego. That's funny. Xenakiss, so you let me know whether you want to keep it with the 7950X or 7950X 3D. But this is the system here. 2285 with the 7950X. Dodger Dog says they live in Arizona. It's like Vegas without the degenerate gamblers. I will say this. If you love food, Vegas can be awesome. And I do love food. But I hate Vegas. I don't like Vegas. I always have a bad time when I'm in Vegas. For one thing, I live in Texas, and it's very humid here. And I go to Vegas, and I dry out. And it's painful. Like, my lips are chapped. Mouth is dry. Knees weak. Arms spaghetti. Whatever. Oh. Tim, man, why don't you just have your channel name, dude? You're confusing me, Tim. Yeah, I'll come to see you at TwitchCon. Of course I will. And then you can get mad at me for not having posted that video from Computex yet. I was supposed to have a lot of help editing. I did not get that. And then stuff happened. But yeah, I'll come and see you. Let's go grab a bite or something, man. We never get to, we rarely get to just, like, hang out. Just want to hang out. You're going to be working, I'm sure. Celtic Reaper, I'm sure the new X3D chips are going to beat the old ones. By how much? I don't know. Probably not by a lot. Maybe by a lot. I don't know. Isn't the GPU more important than the CPU for Blender? You have a 4070 Ti Super in here. You're going to be fine. 16 gigs of VRAM. All that. But the CPU is still important. I will refer back to this. Your choices are between the top 2 CPUs here. That's not a bad thing. That's good. CPU is still important for Blender. They're both pretty important. But GPU is very important. Don't get me wrong. But you have a really powerful GPU in here. 4070 Ti Super is ridiculous. How much do you personally think GPU brand matters? Not much at all. A lot of that has been taken out of the hands of GPU brands. They cannot innovate anymore. There used to be some really cool, innovative stuff happening with AIBs. Tim could tell you, but not anymore. NVIDIA doesn't let them do that anymore. We do have good food. Very true. It is. How's mom's recovery going? It's good. She went home yesterday, which was really nice. I spent through the pain. I don't brag a lot, but I do try to be a good son. Through the pain, we spent 2 days cleaning up her apartment, getting it all ready for her to get back. And Ari and I both did. Huge thanks to Ari. She put so much work in because I was a big old baby because I was in pain. But yeah, Tommy Snaps, what's up? Random question, but is there any benefit to OC DDR5 RAM to 6000 instead of the 6400 with Intel 14th gen? In general, Intel is not as sensitive as for RAM frequencies as Ryzen is. You don't hear much about a sweet spot for frequency and latency when it comes to Intel. You just get the fastest that you can. But if you might, with 14th gen, they were supposed to have improved the RAM stability and compatibility, things like that. Might as well go with the faster frequency, unless you're going to 6000 to really tighten up those timings. But don't talk to me about RAM overclocking. I hate RAM overclocking. I hate RAM overclocking in a way that only someone who has done it before can hate it. I'll take a second best CPU. Good to go. There you go. We're under budget here. We're at $22.85, free shipping, and you just got to worry about taxes, and there you go. Phoenix PC says amen. Oh, to the GPU thing? Yeah. Looks at trolling opportunities with Jay's 2 cents this weekend and a perfect nano voice. I will do it myself. Tim, don't be mad at me because I didn't recognize you as Tim. I usually will see PC Work. If you come in as PC Works, I'll be like, "What's up, Tim?" But I don't usually see your name. Like, don't be mad at me, dude. Oh, to the RAM OC. Forget about it. Yeah. No, thank you. I'll leave that to Buildzoid. Buildzoid can worry about that. I ain't worrying about it. Oh, but look, I mentioned this earlier. I finally got my Threadripper system going. It's going. Resurrected that 2000 series Ryzen Threadripper. Hell yeah. It's going to be a sweet streaming system. Where am I going? I'm going here. All good, bro. I'm just sitting here painting. Nice. Do you airbrush? I've thought about airbrushing. I've thought about getting an airbrush thing. I didn't know this, but I don't draw. Okay, it's the shaking. Well, you can't really. It's not bad right now because I haven't had my. It usually is exacerbated by the chronic fatigue syndrome medication that I take. Whatever. Anyway. I have tremor. I have essential tremor, so I can't draw anymore. I used to draw and stuff like that. I used to like art and stuff like that. But Um, Copic markers are a huge deal for people who are really, really into art. And they have an airbrush that you can stick a Copic marker into and airbrush with it. It's so crazy. Bramwood put a forum just for your insight. I hope to catch your stream live when you go over it. Well, I won't go over it without you here, so you have to be here. So you shouldn't have to worry about that. Okay. Okay. Celine, Alara, Xenakis, there is your link. And I'm pointing here. I mean, I'm just moving my hand around. It's not there. It's in YouTube chat. But also the coupon code that gets it under $2,300. It's a lot of system for that price. There's a lot of system for that price. Binary Theory, are you here? Are you still here? You hanging out? Yeah, airbrushing and hand painting. Look for it soon on the GeForce Garage. My man. Hell yeah. Luke Marshall, how are you? I am alive. That is about all I can say. I just went through a whole week of pain and not being able to eat or sleep. Aside from that, golden. Binary Theory, is this the first one we've done for you? I think it is, isn't it? Crazy. You've been here a lot. How is the Threadripper when it comes to streaming and doing 3D printing and maybe some editing? Well, for a workstation PC, it's kind of a top dog, but for most people, it's financially out of reach. So what I did was this. When I was coming back from Computex, I stopped by the PC World offices and we did video and the stream and stuff like that, but they were also doing some spring cleaning. So they had some stuff. They were like, hey, pick whatever you want. And I was like, if you insist. And they had a brand new inbox Threadripper 2920X. This was a weird CPU because it's Threadripper, but it's not 32 cores. It's not 64 cores. It is 12 cores. So that's like, you can just get a 7900X for that, or a 9900X for that, or you could get a 5900X for 12 cores, or get a 7950X or something like that for more cores than that. But no, it's not about that. It has, so let's say your 7000 series Ryzen system will have 24 lanes of PCIe Gen 5. That's really good. This has 64 lanes of PCIe Gen 3 because it's older tech. But if you look at something like a really high-end, well, not high-end, it's consumer, but if you look at like, say the Elgato Cam Link Pro that has 4 HDMI 30, HDMI 30 inputs, that's 4 lanes of PCIe Gen 2. So for a streaming system, 12 cores is more than enough. So I was like, you have the motherboard, you have the CPU? Yeah, I'm going to take these. It's just, it would not post during the build stream. It did not post at the end of the stream. I finally got the time because I was down and out from being sick and stuff, and I was coming back from that. I was like, I need a W. I need a win here. Let me try to get this thing going, and I did. So now I got to figure out, well, is this going to be compatible with Windows 11? Should I just throw Windows 10 on there? Maybe I'll get tiny Windows. That's probably the way to go. And I got to figure out a lot of minutia on there. But yeah, we got this thing going. It's looking good. I'm in the way. There you go. It's looking pretty slick. But I'm looking at it as a streaming and capture system plus network storage. The motherboard has a U.2 connector, and it's from like 2016, 2017. It's really nice. I spent hours in BIOS OSing RAM before. Never again. Yeah, forget about that. Tommy Snaps, also glad to hear your mom is doing better. Thank you. I'm glad to say it. Using the PC you built me right now to watch your stream. Oh, it was before this one. It was before I had the list here. It was a long time ago. That's right. Talk my brother into building one now. Very cool. Phoenix PC. It just sounds cool when someone asks what's inside the PC. Oh, just a Threadripper. Yeah. And it's funny because it's the same size as any other Threadripper. So it's like this giant CPU with 12 cores. 12 cores, 24 threads. It's weird how many people still don't know what W and L means. Well, maybe it's weird that we see the letter W and we think win automatically. Maybe that's the weird part. Crash. Maybe we're the weird ones, and that's okay. Just a minute, Bray. You found the gremlin that was messing with that PC and you beat it with a bag of nickels. That's right. How did you know? Where are the cameras? But no, I worked my way through code after code. Apparently it doesn't play nice with ECC memory. Apologies to Kingston on that. I should have done my research, which I thought I had, but I didn't go deep enough on that. And so I swapped that out. I updated the BIOS. I cleared CMOS, updated BIOS on the old motherboard. It's all old. I don't know why I'm saying old motherboard, but it's a nice one, Zenith Extreme from Asus. And then it was just saying post error, and I'm like, could you be more specific, motherboard, please? But I got it fixed. But yeah, Celtic Reaper, you asking how is Threadripper when it comes to streaming and doing 3D printing and maybe some editing? I mean, you can get great performance in all of those tasks off of a consumer desktop CPU. Threadripper is for when you're prosumer. Prosumer meaning you're making money off of this now, so you can justify the potentially thousands of dollars a Threadripper CPU will cost. But here's the thing. Here's why this was exciting. This was exciting to me, is that anybody can buy this, because the CPU, you can get it for anywhere for $100 or more, around $100 on eBay, right? A motherboard about $150 on eBay. And there you have something that has so much connectivity for PCIe add-in cards that you could build an insane streaming machine. You could build an insane network storage machine out of that, like next level. You just have to be willing to deal with some gremlins like I was dealing with. Great to have you back, Bray Thorn. Glad you're doing better. Thank you, Ben Honda. Appreciate that. I'm getting to maybe the end of what I can do, though. We're going to help out Binary Theory here and maybe one more. I'm starting to feel the pain coming back. I need to do my rinse. I need to do all my stuff, which I have to do every like 4 hours. But yeah, so here, let's take a look at what we're looking at for Binary Theory here. We're doing a parts list to do this one. $1,500 in Canada is $1,500 US dollars, because then I'll just convert that to Canadian rubles. Just for gaming at 1440p. Very doable. All right. Okay. So when you're going up to 1440p or 4K, your GPU, regardless of the GPU, regardless of which one it is, it's going to be putting out fewer frames per second because it's much higher resolution. That means there's less work for the CPU to do, meaning the CPU is not quite as important, as it becomes even less important. If you're doing like high level 1080p gaming, your CPU is important. Like, you need to get a good one. But in this case, we can put more towards the GPU than the CPU to hit that 1440p goal. Okay, 2000 cat. All right. Not Belgium. Why did it do that? Why did it change it? Why does Belgium smaller? Like, why did Belgium make the site smaller? I don't understand. Okay, whatever. Let's just start out with a 7600 or 7600X. It's not a huge difference between the two, both in terms of price and performance. Full ATX. I just default to full ATX. I like this one more because there's more storage options, but that's not really important for a gaming-only PC. What color were we going with? We're going with a black build. Okay. Sure. I'm probably going to go with an AMD GPU. Better price to performance that way. $6,700 XT would definitely do the job at a really good price. But the 7700 XT is only a little bit more. And looking here at this list here, it's a big jump in performance here. 6700 XT is down here, 7700 XT is way up here. Close to the 4070 in performance. And it also beats out the 6800, which is another option there. So 7700 XT. That's a nice looking one with a big old cooler on it. Sure. $67. Okay, broker, we're looking at Canadian. Okay, Canadian dollars. 546, not US dollars. Okay. You're looking at the same, so that equates to nearly the same price. 6750 XT is down here. 7700 XT is up here. Try to keep up, buddy. It's monopoly money, almost like real US dollars. Messing with you, Broga. I make that mistake actually myself while doing this, and it's much worse when I make that mistake. But yeah, no, I there's a lot of like, I try to stream of consciousness out loud when I'm thinking of these things, but I said 6700 XT, and then I mentioned the 6800. I just so happen to skip over the 6750 XT, but I do know it exists. This is still going to be the better option. Because its price has gone down, which is awesome. We like that. So it's a very good card. It is not surprisingly, but it's very, very good. It was a good step up in performance from AMD. I'm glad that the price has been dropping on that. Oh, Simple Green earlier. Sorry, I'm late to the party. Just got home from work. Sorry to hear about last week. Was wondering where the stream went. Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad we're all here. Memory. We want something with Expo, so let me ask you this question. Binary theory. Okay, you said this is for your brother. How does your brother feel about RGB? Are we going all in on RGB? Or does it not really matter as much? Because I'm already eyeing up this G-Skill Flare X5. So that Flare is the Expo version of their RAM that has the Expo profile to work really well with Ryzen. So, yeah. But they also have the Z5 Neo, which is that if you see that Neo on there, that means it has Expo. You want a little blink for him? All right, cool. Z5 Neo it is. The price difference is very minimal. Yeah, you're going from 139 to 159 for the same latency and the same frequency. And for the storage, let's see. Do we have inland up there? We do. Anyone curious about why I always go with the Inland Performance Plus? Just look up the specs on it, compare it to like Samsung, things like that. It's very competitive and the price is very good. We'll do a 1 terabyte for now though, okay? I chose a motherboard specifically that has, I think, at least 3 M.2 sockets on it, so you will be able to add more storage later. But we still need, we can change that to a 2 terabyte. We can change the CPU to be something a little higher end. See, this is why I'm miffed at AMD and Micro Center right now. A 7600 X3D would be perfect for this, but without driving to the States and going to Micro Center, you ain't getting one. Will that work with an air cooler? It will, yeah. The 7600? Oh, yeah. And it comes with one. But we can do an aftermarket one for not much money if we want to. Now, you mentioned you want it to have it be extra visually appealing, right? So are you thinking about something that's going to have a lot of glass on it? Is that what you're looking for? Did something bad happen? What did I miss? I was, I'll say the story for anyone who wasn't here before, but I was just flossing one day. I floss very free. I keep these handy, these things for flossing, and I'll do that just idly. I, take care of myself and all that. But on this side here on the bottom, got a little stuck there, and I cut my gums, and I got an infection, and everything went downhill from there. And I don't know that I've experienced a pain like that in my life. I couldn't eat, couldn't sleep for a week. I am only now to where I can actually speak, and I'm having to change the way I speak a little bit in order to do so. Could not even close my teeth properly. I was like, Got infection spread to my throat, my ear. I had a bad time. I had a real bad time. And I talk for a living, so not being able to talk, kind of a bummer. No, I meant the RAM. If it's RGB RAM, I guess it depends on the size of the cooler. Oh, yeah. No, most coolers are designed to work with RAM like this. Oral pain is no joke, guys. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'd like a fishbowl, yes. Okay. Maybe then, how about this? This is the new Montech XR. I think they killed it. The Sky 2 already looked good. And then they got rid of that bar that was in the way. Plus, you have reverse flow fans that come with it, and the exhaust fan as well back there. I think this would do the job very nicely for not a lot of money. It's that whole jawbone to your brow pain. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And I get migraines if they're triggered. I don't get constant migraines. They need to be triggered. And boy, howdy, did this trigger my migraines. Good Lord. If the budget's there, we might go with a sort of an economical option for an AIO just to really fill this out. But not at the cost of being able to upgrade the CPU, you know? King 95 is my next build case, I think. That would be another option. Let me ask you this. Binary Theory, how much room does your brother have on their desk? This is not going to be as wide as a King 95. It's going to be narrower, which can help. Let's give it two options then. Okay, I'll show you that one. I think Montech's going to be the way to go here. And then go with the King 95 Pro as the more expensive option. I could just search it. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life? I could just put it in the search bar. Call it a day. I didn't do that. I'm going to go do that now. There it is. You want it to be gussied up. This will do it. 100% right there. So other option here. Price difference is 184 versus 191. Yeah, go for the King 95 Pro. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, this is wider, which is what I was getting into. That was what I was talking about. This is a wider case. So if desk space is an issue and you're looking at something the size of a 4000D, then the XR is going to be your better option. Like, you know, you don't just you do need to consider everything. Don't just get the best, like the biggest and best that you can. There are things to consider there. Five or six, yeah. The King 95 does come with more fans because you have that bottom intake. Well, they're in America's hat, so deep cool is an option. They are, yeah. Deep cool is an option as well. But we're looking for the fish tank look, and though there are options for that with deep cool, I built in one recently. It's going to be the price difference is pretty significant. Deep cool was pushing towards premium stuff, and rightfully so. It's very nice stuff. So I would say if there are space constraints, I'll choose this one. But otherwise, just have them get the King 95 Pro. It'll be easy to find, same brand, all that. PSU, okay. Now here I might do Deep Cool because they have a really good, well-priced option for this. But you don't need to go crazy with the power supply. The maximum I'd probably do is 850 here because it's a 7700 XT. I would probably minimum at 750 though. just because that's just me. Like I don't like to go below that if I don't have to. But let's see. Let's go 750 to 850 on the wattage and see what pops up. Oh wait, hold on. Now, one way to separate older power supplies from newer ones is to tell it that you want the 12V PWR connector, even if you're not going to use it, like in this case. So we just do this, and you're going to have ATX 3.0, which is not just about the 12+6. Okay, it's about the 12+4, excuse me. 12+6. 12+4. It's about other aspects of the power supply as well that are part of the new ATX 3.0 standard. That's a good option right there. There you go. Mag A750 GL PCIe 5. Yeah, I'll just choose that. There you go. MSI has been killing it with power supplies, man. They have. Their power supplies are quite good. Okay. So, other than the cooler, this is everything. So we can now go in and start making some changes. Maybe bump it up to an 7800 XT. Maybe bump up the CPU. Okay. Let's at least get it a cooler. That's going to help fill out that case and give you very good cooling, even if you end up upgrading it down the line. I'm thinking of the Arctic Liquid Freezer 3 with RGB, if it's there. Let's just go up here and then go there and just pick Arctic. There it is. That's a 240. I was thinking 360 because it does fit a 360, but you don't need a 360. But hey, actually, no, there it is. So this, if they decide to get a 7800X3D, for example, or something, you know, something like that, this is going to cool it with no issues. Celtic Reaper, yes, that's bad, but it's a kind of bad that works in this community. That is so overkill for the CPU. And we'll bump it up to the X. Why not? We could go 2 terabytes on the storage, so your brother would not have to add storage for quite a while. We could go to a 7800 XT potentially. I can check that. Let's check that real quick. 7800 XT. Let's see what the price difference is going to be. Currently, we're at 546.76 Canadian. And yeah, you can actually do it. And it'll match to the motherboard now. Look at that, $5 over. And they recommend a minimum of 700 watts. So we're still in the green with the 750 watts. I would like to do 850. I always like to have some overhead. That's not weird. I'm not weird. You're weird. I don't know that we have the option for it, though, without going even more than $5 over. Let's see. Sailor X says, don't put Starscream in your PC case, lol. I would say, though, Soundwave, absolutely. I think it's 10 more to upgrade to PSU. Okay. I mean, maybe. Depends on which one we go with. And it's looking like a little more than that. Like about 20 bucks more. Interesting. That's the LEDX 3 gold, not 7. Apparently, this LEDX 3 gold is tier A high end rated, so that's good. And the blue indicates that it's very quiet under load. Oh, hey, okay. When you see Super Flower and you're like, hey, that doesn't say Corsair. That doesn't say Thermaltake. Who do you think builds them for those brands? If you want a brand that builds its own power supplies, you need, I don't know, Seasonic. Also, Deep Cool was doing it, but whatever. Super Flower is an OEM. So that brings it to 2020. What's wrong with the H9 Flow? You sold the game. I don't know. What do you mean, what's wrong with it? It's more expensive and we're trying to stay under our budget. And it doesn't come with all the fans like this one does. And it's also too big when we were trying to go with a smaller case for a smaller apartment. Where do I start? Just various reasons. Nothing's wrong with it. I didn't say anything was wrong with it. It's more expensive. That's the main thing. I don't know if I ever got an answer in the past, but is that a Yu Hakusho picture behind you? It is. Yes. That's my boy Yusuke. Crash, same here. Same here. Things were pretty rough there for a while. Be Quiet one is nice. I have it on my 7900 XTX, 700 X3D with no problem. Okay, cool. There's times where I use situations like this though to refresh like my knowledge of these, how they're rated by the PSU cultists and all that. And this was an opportunity to look at Super Flower, which I haven't looked at in a while. Nothing. Oh, you were talking about the H9 Flow in terms of Celtic Reaper, I guess? I thought you sold the game was talking to me because I didn't see that. You sold the game. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to tell you that you were talking about this build. I mean, I didn't realize you weren't talking about. I thought you were talking about this build. My bad. Sometimes you guys have conversations in chat that I miss, so I apologize for that. But yeah, hey, if Celtic Reaper, if you're going to be throwing Zoro in there, just be careful. You'll get one of his swords in the, GPU fan or something. If you hear a rattle, you know what it is. All right, I'd say this is a good build right here for 1440p gaming only. Oh yeah, there you go. Is the cooler overkill? You better believe it is. Yeah, it is. But it's going to open the door later on for upgrading the CPU to something a lot more, that generates more heat. We could actually probably, no, see, we can't, because like say something like a 7800X 3D, that's double the price of the 7600X. It's just not feasible within the budget. Unless we drop down, we could drop back down the GPU and instead go with the 7800X 3D, but that's the thing. It is a 1440p gaming only machine. You don't need more CPU for that. You need more GPU for that. I'd say that this is balanced for its use case. Is it okay that it's 20 bucks over? Do we need to adjust this a little bit? Team Red all the way. It is that. It is that for sure. If you want to dress this up a little bit, you can go in here and add some, and you can add some like cable extensions, something like that. But aside from that, you're good. You know what to do with Windows already. You've heard me say it plenty of times. So you're good. That's it. I think any cable extensions will be under case accessories, maybe. But I mean, you could also just shop them on Amazon. So they're pretty universal. All right, John Stanton. Please don't do this. Don't do what you did there. Oh no. All right, guys, we're going to go over something real quick, little refresher for you, okay? This is our form, all right? Right here, it tells you two important things I'm about to go over right now. The very first thing says, if you ignore the instructions in any of the questions, you agree to be roasted on stream. You agree to that by filling out the form. It does specify a good-natured roast because I'm a good-natured person, I like to think. The very first question says, what is your Twitch/YouTube handle, parentheses, username? For the purpose of verification, this should match what shows up as your name in chat. And then I show you a very helpful picture. Do not put your personal email in the form. I don't want it. And it gets shown on stream. What have I done in the past when people do that? I've deleted the form because it puts entering anything other than your username invalidates your form submission. This is not just me being a jerk. I don't want your personal info on a live stream. Do you? Okay, don't do that, please. No, your username is this. That's your username. And just to belabor the point a bit, it's this. That's the with the arrows. There is no @blank.com at the end of that, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Just guessing. No one could put that into their spam bot and have it send you emails, because it's not enough information if it just says that versus your entire personal email address. You need to be more careful with your personal information online. That's my advice to you. Okay, I'm going back to this screen so I can adjust this for you. And it's fixed. You're safe. There you go. Yes, point taken. All right, cool. Look, I'm tough, but fair. I'm tough, but fair. All right, that's just. I have a responsibility to you guys. And I take that seriously. But let's move on. This might be the last one I do tonight. This goes out to anyone who's waiting for help. I'm sorry. I'm really starting to feel the pain coming back. I need to do my rinse. I need to take my antibiotic. Means I need to eat some food. I whatever I can. I need to, but we're going to do this one. And this is me easing back into streaming. Sorry, it's not a full-length stream. I know that. But yeah. Igor, no, you don't need that. I need one of those people who steal your identity and somehow make your credit score better. I don't know that those people are out there, but I would like to think they are. Would you help me build my first PC or first DIY? Is there a Discord? There is a Discord, says Michelle. Thank you, Michelle. Very true. Hi, Michelle. Welcome. Yeah, you can. You're already in here, right? Or are you not in here? You sold the game. Get your form filled out if you're trying to get a parts list. If you're looking for a guide, a lot of those exist on YouTube, and having that visual guide is going to be better than anyone in our Discord being like, okay, now you need to put the cooler on there. That's a visual guide is going to do better for you. But if you're looking for help putting together the list, that's what I do on these streams. I do have PC build stream VODs that are on the YouTube channel if you want to check that out. And you can follow along with that. But they're also like really long because I'm very slow. And that's okay. Let's take a look at what we're doing here. Use case is gaming, content creation / video editing, racing sim / flight sim, and coding / game design. Okay. It's a lot we're doing here. And you want to do this in 4K. And you're looking for it to be pre-built, and the budget is $2,000. So, in this case, I think the expectations are a little bit higher than the budget, and this is something I go over all the time. So, basically what it comes down to is this: with the more use cases you have, usually, if you want it to be good at all of those things, the price creeps up with each one, right? Like if you're going to be doing content creation / video editing, that requires much more in the way of RAM capacity than just gaming, racing sim, and flight sim. Even coding and game design, if you're mostly looking at code and not an engine where you're doing the 3D graphics and stuff, which can get a bit more RAM intensive, but not, it's different. It depends on the engine, depends on what application you're using, all that kind of stuff. Thought I'd get instructions. Well, I appreciate that I'm here. I really do. But I don't, because I am like the only content creator that focuses on pre-built. I don't have DIY build guides out there on how to build a PC. I just have streams where I've built a PC. So if you want to do that, you can follow along on any of the build streams that I've done. You can totally go that route. Maybe not the Threadripper one, because that's going to be more particular to putting in a Threadripper CPU or whatever. But I have, Ryzen, I have AM5 build streams. I have Intel build streams that I've done. All of that's out there. So back to this. Ow. So just going with a budget of 2,000 and trying to do 4K gaming would already be pretty tough. Unless you're just doing 4K so that you can do the content creation, video editing stuff. Totally makes sense for that. For gaming, usually I would say 1440p is like the sweet spot there when it comes to a balance of visual fidelity and higher frame rates. But that's what DLSS is for. But that would mean getting an NVIDIA GPU, which is less on the price to performance side and more on the premium side usually. So I would say that what you're going to encounter is that this system is going to be great for a couple of these things and just okay for the others. Okay? Like for coding and game design, when you're going to be compiling code, having more CPU cores can make all the difference in the world when it comes to compiling code. When it comes to content creation, video editing, you need to beef up most of your specs in order to have it be a good video editing rig. CPU cores can help, good GPU can help, all those things. High RAM capacity is a necessity. So maybe you can elaborate a little bit on what you're going to be doing with your PC specifically. Elaborate on the content creation, video editing side and on the coding/game design side for me, if you will. LTT has a great 4-hour guide. They do. They do. It's pretty much the reason, if you're ever wondering to yourself, like, why doesn't Bray make a how to build a PC video? It's because it's been done to death and way better than I could do it. I recognize that. Whereas nobody's doing the SI thing. Nobody's covering pre-builds. And most people who get a PC buy pre-built. So it's never made sense to me. Because if you have 70% of the market doing something, but 90% of the content out there is the opposite of that thing, where is the logic? Please tell me. On the dev side, Python. Okay, not too demanding. We can, we don't need to go crazy on the CPU for that or anything like that. Your compiles might take a little bit longer, but nothing crazy. Okay, right? Cool. Now, what about on the editing or content creation side? What are we looking at? Are you looking at doing just some short form content, really simple videos? Are you just cutting up some of your gameplay into videos, things like that? What are we looking at there? Or are you getting into very detailed prosumer style editing? Just go with gaming to be good? Okay, well, all right. No one has done how to build a PC video as well. I mean, yeah, but basically I'm going to have a whole series that's going to lead towards that anyway. So one of the videos in pre-built rebuild is going to be a case swap. That's like building a PC already. Not video creation. Okay, so the content creation / video editing side of things, what did you mean by that? Data modeling. Okay. Data modeling. I don't know if it falls under content creation / video editing. Like content creation is like making videos. Sometimes it could include graphic design, but graphic design has its own category. But I did try to be somewhat granular with the use cases. Content creation doesn't really networking graphs. Okay, so like graphic design in a way. Okay. So not video editing. You don't need 64 gigs of RAM or whatever. Okay. All right. Not graphic design. When I talk about graphic design, you just take a spreadsheet and make data models out of that. Whatever. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. It's not too intensive though. That should be fine. Oh, wait, data modeling though. I'm not looking at this correctly. Unless I am. Okay, good. And then I am looking at it correctly. K-swap. We talking Hondas now? Did we just become best friends? Saw a video where someone K-swap, put a K20 in a Ferrari, an old Ferrari. I was like, that's kind of sick. That's kind of sick. Okay. Now I am sort of running through some of the SIs we could look at. "4K Ultra, average to 80 FPS on 4070 Ti Super." Not bad. Not bad at all. 16 gigs VRAM too. Why am I bringing that up? Well, where did it go? Here. This build right here. I can change the colorway and stuff. Not a problem. This is the one where I had the 7950X and the 4070 Ti Super, 32 gigs DDR5 6000 in the Langcool 216 with a great motherboard in here, 2 terabyte drive, 850 watt power supply, but it's too expensive. I would need to cut back on a couple spots. Well, here, let me ask you this. Because of the way my form is set up, the budgets are in increments of $500. That just helps me with my data modeling right here, right? It helps me break it up into easier to sort of graph numbers. But for your budget, where's your actual maximum budget? Is it $2,250? Is it $2,400? Is it exactly $2,000? What is your actual max budget for your system? Lone Star 4K, I missed saying hi to you earlier because you just dropped a lull in there, but I do appreciate that. And I'm glad you're hanging out. Thank you. Hey, Igor, I got a question for you. Well, your budget's at $2,500? Or, okay, the system came out to less than $2,300. Did I talk to... Were you here when I told you about LTT and pre-built rebuilt? When I told you guys about that? Were you here for that? No problem, Brave. I'm here soaking in the knowledge. You do that. Absolutely. Yeah, this one here comes out to just under $2,300 with my discount. So the 7950X is an interesting choice here. It can game. It can absolutely game. But for some of your other use cases, this is not leaving anything behind here per se. Now, what we could probably do, let me look here, is if we, let me see, we can probably drop the CPU down to like a 7700X or something, and then you would be able to have a 4080 Super, which if you look here, is a pretty decent jump in performance in 4K, but not a massive one. We could also go with the 7900 XTX for a similar price to the 4080 Super, if not a little bit less. Oh, you were here for that. Okay. It was just because you mentioned LTT, and I thought, you know, if you weren't here when I talked about that, I thought you might like it. Araxinus, I'm glad you like learning here. I do appreciate you. Appreciate all you guys for hanging out. Even though you're not looking for a PC, that makes me able to do this. Thank you. I have thought, just so you guys know, every time TwitchCon starts coming up, I look at my CCV and I'm like, how am I still a partner? How have I retained Twitch partner? And it makes me consider going back to just streaming on Twitch. But I like the fact that without any intervention on my part, I get to have my VODs on YouTube. There's a lot of viewers that are on YouTube that don't really want to go over to Twitch. Hi, YouTube chat. There's 44 of you, and there's 24 people on Twitch. So, I mean, that's 68 people. So I could have an average viewership closer to the 75 that gets you to partner. But I don't do that. I like to multi-stream because, I don't know, I just like it, okay? Even when you stream, I'm at work, I always catch the VOD on YouTube. Hey, Igor, thank you. I appreciate you. So much appreciation going around. And I promise, it's not the painkillers. I'm not on anything but ibuprofen, okay? Anyway, so there's our choice, right? We can drop the CPU from the 16-core, 32-thread, 7950X down to something with fewer cores. Unfortunately, they don't have the 7800X3D on there, high by power. But then you could maybe bump up to a 4080 Super or a 7900 XTX. The other option would be to jump over to a 7900 XT, but I'm thinking I'm going to keep you on NVIDIA. So if you want to get this system just as it is with the other person that I helped out, we can do that. You just leave it on all the settings that it has because this matches your budget and it pretty much matches your use case. But the cool thing about these, even when I give you the link, you can go in here, click on any of these that you want to edit, and you can edit it. You don't like the case, which we're going to change that, by the way, to a white build. Then you go in and do that. Not a problem. Like here we have the white LAN-Cool 216. I use the LAN-Cool 216 in my recommendations a lot because, goodness, it is such a solid case for the money. The build quality is amazing. It's really, really a good case. But maybe you would prefer a Fractal North. I don't know. Mandalorian says, multi-streaming seems like the new wave. It makes sense for me when I'm doing my streams that are not just like gaming or whatever, which there are very few of those, yeah. But if I'm doing these, it makes sense to stream it on YouTube. That's where my biggest audience is. I didn't even mention it, but because the plateauing of my channel was pretty solid. But we hit 35K subscribers on YouTube, and I didn't even mention it. It was like a couple of weeks ago. That's going to shift. That's going to change pretty fast once I'm finally able to launch Pre-Built Rebuilt. That's designed to encourage people to subscribe because it's going to be a really helpful series. It's not just for pre-built buyers, you know, but all that. And it's not just for people looking for a pre-built, but those who already have it and want to make it better. Good case is best. Let's go with 216 mesh, and then we can go to the cooler, change that out to the white version here. Bam, just like that. That's mostly it for making a white build. Now there are white GPUs, but it would cost an additional $100 to get the $84 to get this 4070 Ti Super from the MSI Gaming X Slim. If that's worth it to you, you can go in and change and choose that. I would probably leave it as it is. Once Pre-Built Rebuilt debuting, it was supposed to be on the 1st, and then my head exploded. With pain. Okay, it's obviously still here. I think I might join Streamlabs when I start streaming. See, oh, it was because you sold the game that uses Streamlabs as multi-streaming. See, I personally, I used to use Streamlabs when I first started, and it is very helpful for when you're just starting out because it just does everything for you. But when I saw what Streamlabs was doing a couple of years back, when they were just like stealing IP and stealing ideas and basically even stealing copy, where they would just take someone's thing on new features they had and just repost it without changing any of the words. Yeah, you're supposed to plagiarize the homework, not copy the homework. I stopped using Streamlabs. I moved over to using Stream Elements for all my stuff, which I haven't messed with it in a while, and some of it's broken now. I need to fix it. And then just using directly OBS, which gives you more power. to do things. IMO. Not black CPU or GPU. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So we changed some very minor things here. I don't know if you ever told me what your actual max budget was, but this would come into the same price, $22.85.70, with code BRADETHORN6, which takes off a whopping $120.30. That is not insubstantial. That's quite a bit right there. It almost feels weird that I haven't done an Alexander PC on this stream. It usually fits. There's usually someone who's like, "Yeah, that's what I'm getting." But we're trying to fit a lot of power into the budgets here. So boutique can take away from that, and the warranty is awesome. Yeah, it's amazing. Yes, and like the service, everything's top notch. But that does come at a cost. Particularly smaller SIs sell at lower volumes and need to have somewhat higher markups in order to pay the bills, stay afloat, all that. Yeah. Summary, save. Let's shorten this up. There you go. That one was it was easier. I did still go over quite a few things, but it was easier because we had a build that was already fitting everything. Oh, by the way, I didn't talk about the storage much, but it has a 2 terabyte M.2 drive that is PCIe Gen 4. It is DRAM-less, but the HMB is rocking on this thing. I've used one, and it is very consistent in read-write speeds, which is nice. I prefer consistent performance over really good spikes in performance, personally. So I am kind of circling the drain here. I'm exhausted. I'm in pain. I need to do all my treatment stuff. So that I can continue streaming. So I mentioned this earlier, but I'm thinking not this Thursday, but Thursday the 12th of next week. I'm probably going to be doing some kind of subathon for September on Twitch. I might multi-stream that. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. It'll probably be a mix of PC stuff and gaming. That could be fun. It might be, I need to do an unboxing and testing stream. Maybe it'll be that.
Is up here. All of this going on up here is what's causing me the most physical discomfort.
Sorry, Mark, but that felt nice. Thank you. What's up, Gary? Doing that, of course. I feel like Gary's the only person who uses the Tangia stuff. I set all that stuff up, man. But yeah, I'm in quite a lot of pain right now. Like, it really escalated from when I first started, so I'm gonna have to call it here. But we'll be back on Thursday. So if you're on the list, you stay on the list. Just come back on Thursday, and I'll be able to help you out. And it'll all be good. Jex Cesario, no. I'm sorry. There is usually a cutoff point at some point. I'm sorry that it's right before yours. Yelling at me won't make me be in any less pain right now. But thank you for doing it anyway. But yeah, I'm not feeling great. I did want to stream. I did choose to stream. I almost skipped it tonight too, but I skipped too many of these. But I'll be back on Thursday. Okay. And if you're on the list, you're there, and I'll be able to help you out. Gary, I did not get your email. I think you might have sent it to my previous business email that I no longer have. So check my email in my About tab as for what it is now, because I didn't see anything from you in my email. I did check it after that last stream. Thank you, Phoenix PC. Appreciate that. Thank you. You sold the game. Appreciate that. Like to see me play Hogwarts Legacy? I'm not going to play Hogwarts Legacy. No. I used to be a Harry Potter fan. Crash, you've been here enough to understand why I'm not playing that game. But yeah, I really just need to, like, I'm getting a migraine now. I need to get my eyes off the screens, call it a night. But guys, thank you so much for coming in and hanging out. Thank you. I appreciate you. I'll be back on Thursday to help you out some more. And yeah, plan on being here a week from Thursday for that. I don't know. I'll give you, watch my Twitter, X, whatever. Watch the announcements channel on the Discord. All the details will be there soon. I'll let y'all know what's going on. Also for the unboxing stream too. But thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a wonderful evening. Till the next one, take care.
Let's go, nerds!